Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, I'm Arthur Foote III of the Cognies, you heard. Now, when Count Rostov asked me if I would like to be part of this evening, I said, "Get away from me, you horrible little man. Who are you?" And then I realized who it was, and I repeated what I'd said. And then he begged me, so I said, "All right then." So, what I'd like to do tonight is, as I didn't get a chance last night, is read you a few of my poems. Is that all right? Oh, good. So the first poem I'd like to read you is about my response to a conversation I heard about some normal people that saw some of you splendid steampunk people. Thank you, yes. Steampunk people, hooray! Good. So they'd noticed a couple of ladies with bustles, and they were commenting on it. I recall one of them said, "Oh my God, Becky, look at her rear. It is so big. She must be one of those weird steampunk people. She's huge." And I replied with, "I like big bustles and I cannot lie. Some other fellas might deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a big thing in your face, I get sprung like a mattress. I'm feeling the opposite of distress. No visible means of ingress. That lady got me in a hot mess. Her butt's in a cage. It's all the rage. Wanna get on that like it's a stage. She's swishing. I'm wishing. How does she get that in the kitchen? She's hot like cocoa. As big as a steam-powered loco. Saw an 8, she's practically Rococo. It looks like she sat on Frodo. Baby's got bustle." Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that was my... Now, I was told if I could try and keep a sort of... Because it's the fashion policeman's ball, if I could kind of keep a fashion theme to tonight's entertainment. And I said, yeah, probably. Could do that, I suppose. Probably got some stuff about fashion. I don't know, I'll have a look. And I had a little look, and I do actually have an appropriate poem about bustles, which I will now read to you from my first book, Ribbled for Your Pleasure, the comic verse of Arthur Foote. And this is called Lady Beaucou's Problem. Lady Beaucou was quite the inventor. She toiled in her workshop night and day. She developed a plethora of handy devices, but where to store all the gadgets she'd made? She carried them for a while in a burlap sack, but that looked both common and rough. She tried to put a selection into her muff, but her muff just wasn't big enough. She carried a leather case for a while, but for that she was unfairly derided. It looked like she was on holiday, and her gait was uncomfortably lopsided. She tried keeping a few gizmos in her bloomers. It was a failure, if I can be so frank. She ended up with oil stains on her linens, and when walking had a tendency to clank. And then she was struck by inspiration. She cried, "Not in my bloomers, but somewhere quite near," for she espied a storage location, that's a word, that was placed just adjacent to her rear. Lady B now has an amazing gadget-stuffed bustle, filled with all manner of clever things, ray guns and telescopes and navigation equipment, potions and grenades and steam-powered wings. So if you're in peril and need some assistance, don't rely on some man who's only known for his muscle. Call Lady Beaucou and she'll come to save you with her amazing automatic contraption-filled bustle. She does apparently also still keep a few things in her muff, though, so that's useful. Now, one thing I've noticed that is very popular with, no, the words have gone. One thing that I've noticed with fashion is that fashion is one of the things that we steampunks are absolutely best at. Because we are steampunk people, are we not? Yes, but some people I've noticed see us and they want to be involved. They go, I want to be like you. So, what kind of people would you like to be? And then they tell me. He came to me. He had a thirst for knowledge. He'd done a survey for his college. That's how I caught his eye. He told me that his need was chronic. I said, in that case, I'll have a gin and tonic. He said, fine. And then in 30 seconds' time, he said, I want to live like steampunk people. I want to do whatever steampunk people do. I want to dress like steampunk people. I want to dress like steampunk people like you. I said, What else could I do? I said, I'll see what I can do. I took him to a charity shop. I never knew charity shops were so popular. Of course I did. What am I talking about? I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere, so it started there. I said, you don't need much money. And he just laughed and said, the clothes smell funny. I said, yeah. There's a tweed 3-piece suit over there. Are you sure? You want to live like steampunk people? You want to do whatever steampunk people do? You want to dress like steampunk people? You want to dress like steampunk people like me? But he didn't catch my drift. He just complained about the width. Buy a cane with a brass knob. Get a Nerf and glue on cogs. Smoke a pipe and buy a vest. That's the American word for waistcoat, but I had to have something that rhymed. Thank you. Pin a medal to your chest. There you are. But you'll still never get it right, because while you surf the web at night, posting onto steampunk blogs, you're telling people they're doing it wrong. Yeah. You'll never live like steampunk people. You'll never do whatever steampunk people do. You won't be splendid like steampunk people. You just want to make people just like you, and then bully and whine and boo because they don't agree with you. Oh, it's a sad story, isn't it? But ladies and gentlemen, it's our duty. Thank you very much. It's our duty to take those people, help them, and make them as splendid as you or I. And if you can make them as splendid as I, that will be even better. This feels like it's just going down. That never happens. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a little taste of my poetry. Did you enjoy it? Good, then I've been Arthur Foote III. If you hadn't enjoyed it, I would have been Count Rostov. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you very much.